Assalamu alaikum dear students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the previous class we have actually discussed about some questions regarding exercise 7.6 of NCERT book, and that was wholly and solely based upon the concept of integration by parts. So integration by parts and the preference rule is the building material what we have for exercise 7.6 of NCERT book. There we are wholly and solely first applying the preference rule, and after then we are integrating the parts in order to find the antiderivatives of the functions. And so far we have completed 13 or rather 12 questions from the exercise, and we are on question number 13 now, which is again wholly and solely based upon integration by parts. So we are applying integration by parts, and that is the integration of product of two functions u into v dx must be equal to u integration of v dx minus times integration of d by dx of u integration of v dx whole dx plus c, the constant of integration. This is actually the rule of integration by parts. Means you have to keep your first function as it is, you have to integrate the second function, minus times integration of differentiation of the first function, integration of the second function dx plus c. That is actually all about the method that we have discussed so far, and that is integration by parts. And we are again applying integration by parts on question number 13 of the exercise 7.6, which is wholly and solely based upon the NCERT syllabus, and that is integration of tan inverse x dx. We have only one function in the integrand, and that is tan inverse of x. If we have only one function which is not directly integrable in the integrand, and we have to apply integration by parts, so we must have to take unity as one function and the next function which is given there in the integrand as the second function. So let us consider this can be written as 1 into tan inverse of x dx. Now according to the preference rule, 1 is an algebraic function, no doubt a constant but an algebraic function. Tan inverse x is a inverse trigonometric function, and we know that tan inverse is not directly integrable. If it is not directly integrable, so you have to keep it as first function, because by applying the integration by parts we have to apply that function as the first function which is not directly integrable. So tan inverse x is not directly integrable, so we will treat this one as first function and treat this one as second function. So integrating by parts, keeping tan inverse x as the first function and 1 as the second function. So integrating by parts, keeping tan inverse x as first function. Integrating by parts, keeping tan inverse x as first function. तो इसको फर्स्ट फंक्शन ले लो, अप्लाई कर दो इंटीग्रेशन में पार्ट्स क्या कह रहा है फर्स्ट ऐसे ही रख दो, that is tan inverse of x. Integration of second, that is 1 dx minus integration of differentiation of first, that is d by dx of tan inverse of x. Integration of second, that is integration of 1 dx whole dx plus c, the constant of integration. And this can be further written as tan inverse x is as it is. We know that the integration of constant function with respect to dx, अगर ये 1 है तो 1 बाहर आएगा, right? So dx की इंटीग्रेशन है 1 वहीं पे होता है, तो इसकी इंटीग्रेशन होती है x. So that is into x minus times integration of differentiation of tan inverse x. We know that is 1 divided by 1 plus x square into integration of dx, that is again x dx plus c, the constant of integration, right? Tan inverse x is as it is. The integration of 1 dx is obviously x, minus integration of differentiation of tan inverse x is 1 divided by 1 plus x square, and integration of 1 is x into dx. This can be further written as x into tan inverse of x minus times integration of. Now look here, अगर हम यहाँ पे 1 into x पहले आएगा, x divided by 1 plus x square into dx. अब यहाँ पे हमें कोई प्रोसीजर अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा इन ऑर्डर टू फाइंड द इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ x डिवाइड बाय 1 प्लस एक्स स्क्वायर. प्रीटी सिंपल, वी विल यूज द स्टैंडर्ड रिजल्ट. व्हाई? बिकॉज अगर हम 1 प्लस एक्स स्क्वायर को कंसिडर करेंगे एज एफ ऑफ एक्स, तो इसका डेरिवेटिव निकालेंगे. 1 का डेरिवेटिव 0 आएगा, एक्स स्क्वायर का डेरिवेटिव 2x आएगा. सो 2x प्लस 0 इज 2x. सो 2x कहीं पे होना चाहिए, तभी तो सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड हम अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. लेकिन 2x नहीं है, x है. तो 2x को x बनाना सिंपल है. 2 से मल्टीपल भी कर देंगे, 2 से डिवाइड भी कर देंगे. राइट नाउ 1 plus x square is f of x and 2x is obviously f dash of x, and this is standard result. Integration of f dash x divided by f of x dx is obviously equal to log of mod of f of x plus c. So this can be then further written as x tan inverse of x tan inverse of x, yes, minus 1 divided by 2 integration of f dash x divided by f of x dx, that is directly equal to log of mod of f of x. And what is f of x? That is 1 plus x square or x square plus 1 plus c, the constant of integration. Because we have used a result, standard result, and that is integration of f dash x divided by f of x dx must be equal to log of mod of f of x plus c, the constant of integration. This result we already proved in the method of substitution, so you can have a look of that substitution method that we have discussed in the earlier classes. So x tan inverse of x minus 1 divided by 2 log of mod of 1 plus x square plus c would be the required antiderivative of an important function, important question of this exercise, and that is tan inverse of x into dx. So the integration of tan inverse x dx can be directly remembered as x tan inverse x minus 1 by 2 log of mod of 1 plus x square plus c. Because in for competitive level examinations, this can be asked as a question. What is the integration of tan inverse x? And there you know you have the scarcity of time. You don't have the ample time in order to apply integration by parts. So you can directly remember it as the integration of tan inverse x is directly x tan inverse of x minus 1 by 2 log of mod of 1 plus x square plus c. Most important result that you have to use in your competitive level examinations. And that is all about question number 13. Now we should have some fun with the next question of this exercise, and that is question number 14 from the same exercise. And question number 14 is all about, yes, what is that? Integration of x log x whole square. X log x whole square dx is the next question, and that is question number 14 from the same exercise, which is to be solved by the method of integration by parts. So obviously here in the integrand we have two functions which are multiplied with each other. First one is x and second one is log x whole square. So directly we can use integration by parts, but take a look on the preference rule, which is actually ILATE. Inverse trigonometric, logarithmic, algebraic, trigonometric, and exponential. As I have mentioned in the previous class, this is not a hard and fast rule. This is only to remember we have to keep that function as first function which is not directly integrable. So obviously x log x is an algebraic function, log x is a logarithmic function. तो पहले algebraic function आएगा या logarithmic आएगा? तो obviously logarithmic आएगा. So treat this one as first and this one as second. Integrating by parts, keeping log x whole square as first function. Pretty simple question is there. Only you have to gain the concept, is gain the basics of every this topic, every method of integration. Thereafter you can solve the questions from the exercise quite easily because they are pretty simple. So obviously integrating by parts, keeping log x whole square as first function. then obviously x would be the second function. So no need to mention it. Integrating by parts, keeping log x whole square as first function. So first function log x का whole square है, तो first function को ऐसे ही रख दो, that is log x whole square. Second function की integration कर दो, so integration of x dx. Now look here, x is directly integrable, log x whole square is not directly integrable. That's why this preference rule is for. Otherwise it is not, as I have mentioned earlier, and I mention it again, it is not this hard and fast rule for the method of integration by parts. So log x whole square, integration of x dx, yes, minus times integration of differentiation of first, that is d by dx of what is first, log x whole square, into integration of second, that is integration of x dx whole dx plus c the constant of integration. अभी नहीं लिख रहे हैं, बाद में लिखेंगे जब हम इंटीग्रेशन कंप्लीट करेंगे, तो फिर लिखेंगे प्लस c the constant of integration, and that is further equal to log x whole square into integration of x dx is obviously x square divided by 2, because by power rule, power plus 1 divided by power plus 1, minus times integration of differentiation of log x whole square. Again apply power rule, power down, base repeated, power minus 1. But it is the power rule of differentiation, not the integration. Integration में power plus 1 divided by power plus 1 होता है, लेकिन differentiation में power down, base repeated, power minus 1 होता है. So it will become twice log x raised to power 2 minus 1. Twice log x raised to power 2 minus 1 is 1, no need to write. But अभी हमने apply किया है with respect to the power. Original जो base function है log x, इसकी अभी differentiation नहीं कर रखी है. So log x की अलग से differentiation कर देंगे, and we know that that is obviously equal to 1 divided by x into integration of x square is, integration of x square is directly x square divided by 2 into dx. So this can be further written as x square divided by 2 log x whole square, x square divided by 2 log x whole square minus times, अब 2 जो है मल्टीपल है, 2 जो है डिवाइड है, विल कैंसिल आउट, तो वहां पे क्या बचेगा, x स्क्वायर मल्टीपल में है, x डिवाइड में है, तो एक x और एक x कैंसिल होके बचेगा, यस, माइनस टाइम्स इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ x log x dx. So x log x dx, right? 2 multiple, 2 divide cancel, एक x cancel, so x into 1 into log x is obviously x log x dx. Now this thing we have completed, because we have completed its antiderivative, we have integrated it. Now next lies this part. This is not directly integrable. Again there is the product of two functions x and log x, so we can again apply integration by parts. Now x is an algebraic function, so a, log x is a logarithmic function, so l, so obviously l will come first, so treat it as first and this one as second. Again integrating by parts, keeping log x as the first function. Pretty simple. So again applying rule of integration by parts, again applying a rule of integration by parts, yes, keeping log x as the first function, keeping log x as the first function, log x as the first function. So this is equal to x square divided by 2 log x whole square is as it is, ये वाली टर्म minus times, अब अप्लाई कर दो इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स, कीपिंग log x as the first function. So log x ऐसे ही रहेगा, integration of second function, that is x dx, minus times integration of differentiation of first, that is d by dx of log x, into integration of second, that is x dx whole dx plus c the constant of integration. अभी नहीं लिखेंगे, बाद में लिखेंगे, वहां पे थोड़ी स्पेस की कमी थी, so just consider that thing. So this can be written as x square divided by 2 log x whole square minus times. Now look here, log x is as it is log x, the integration of x is x square by 2 by power rule, minus times integration of differentiation of log x is obviously 1 divided by x into integration of x dx is x square divided by 2 dx. This can be further written as x square divided by 2 log x whole square, माइनस से मल्टीपल कर दो तो माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई 2 log x माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर बाई 2 log x माइनस इंटू माइनस इज प्लस. यहां पे x और x जो है कैंसिल होगा, 1 डिवाइडेड बाई 2 जो कांस्टेंट है बाहर आएगा, सो प्लस 1 डिवाइडेड बाई 2. वहां पे अंदर जो इंटीग्रल में रहेगा x dx और जिसकी इंटीग्रेशन ऑब्वियसली है x स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई 2 प्लस c द कांस्टेंट ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन. एंड दिस कैन बी फर्दर रिटन एज यस x स्क्वायर बाई 2 इसमें भी, x स्क्वायर बाई 2 इसमें भी, x स्क्वायर बाई 2 इसमें भी, तो तीनों में से कॉमन लेके आओ, क्या बचेगा x स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई 2 इंटू यहां पे log x होल स्क्वायर, log x होल स्क्वायर, यहां पे माइनस log x और यहां पे प्लस 1 डिवाइडेड बाई 2 प्लस c द कांस्टेंट ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन. एंड दिस इज नथिंग एल्स but the required antiderivative of a function, and that is x log x whole square, and its antiderivative is nothing else x square by 2 into log x whole square minus log x plus 1 by 2 plus bahar c the constant of integration. And that is all about question number 14. Now we shall step on to the next question, which is again pretty simple and again the mirror reflection of 14, and that is all about integration of x square plus 1 into log x. X square plus 1 into log x is the next question, and that is just the mirror reflection of this one, because here instead of x we have x square plus 1 log x whole square, we have log x. So again log x is a logarithmic function treated as first, this is an algebraic function treated as second. Integrating by parts, you will just find the result in 2, 3 or 4, 5 steps. So obviously the mirror reflection of question number 14, so no need to waste time on it, and practice करोगे तो और clear होगा. So question number 15 is just the home assignment for you. It is pretty simple, just you have to follow question number 14. Now next lies another question from the same exercise, and that is all about question number 16. Question number 16 is all about integration of e raised to the power x into sin x plus cos x dx. One of the most important questions from this exercise, and that is integration of e raised to the power x into sin x plus cos x dx. Before we find the antiderivative of this function, let me give you an important result, the proof of an important result, the proof of an important theorem, and that theorem is all about वो थ्योरम जो है कॉम्पिटिटिव लेवल एग्जामिनेशंस में काम आएगा, बिकॉज वहां पे हमें टाइम की कमी होती है. सो in order to prove like this questions, in order to prove such questions, you need the concept of an important result which is in the form of a theorem, and the statement of theorem is prove that integration of e raised to the power x into f of x plus f dash of x dx is directly equal to e raised to the power x into f of x plus c. the constant of integration. One of the most important results which is applicable to many questions from this exercise which are in this format. So it is integration of e raised to the power x into f of x plus f dash of x dx is directly equal to e raised to the power x into f of x dx. If in the integrand you have an exponential function, a natural exponential function e raised to the power x, and multiplied with a function plus its derivative. So क्या है इंटेग्रल में आपके पास e पावर x होना जरूरी है और e पावर x को मल्टीपल किससे किया गया है? दो फंक्शंस के साथ. दो फंक्शंस में एक फंक्शन होगी और दूसरी फंक्शन इस फंक्शन का डेरिवेटिव होगा. सो e पावर x into the function plus derivative of the function is directly equal to e power x into the function plus c. So integration of e power x into f of x plus f dash of x dx is directly equal to e power x f of x plus c. One of the most important result, and here lies the proof of that result. Because this result is definitely going to save you a lot of time in competitive level examinations. So here lies the proof. We have integration of e raised to the power x into f of x plus f dash of x dx, and that's equal. This can be written as integration of e power x, चूंकि multiple है इसके साथ भी और इसके साथ भी, so multiple कर दो. This can be written as e power x f of x plus e power x f dash of x whole dx, right? कुछ नहीं किया, only e power x से इसको भी multiple किया और e power x से इसको भी multiple किया, right? This can be further written as, अब बीच में एडिशन है, जब बीच में एडिशन या सब्ट्रैक्शन होता है तो डेफिनेटली इंटीग्रल जो है सेपरेट हो जाता है. So that is integration of e raised to the power x f of x dx plus integration of e raised to the power x f dash of x dx. Obviously क्योंकि बीच में एडिशन है तो ये इंटीग्रल इसका अलग से और इसका अलग से कर दिया. Now this can be further written as, we will later on discuss about the question number 16, and that is just like this theorem that we are going to prove here. e power x यहाँ पे भी है, अब अंदर है f of x, so treat sin x as f of x, तो फिर होना चाहिए एडिशन f dash x, तो obviously sin x का डेरिवेटिव जब करेंगे वो cos x के बराबर है. तो अगर आप sin x को ट्रीट करोगे as f of x, cos x obviously है f dash x, so इसकी इंटीग्रेशन जो बनेगी डायरेक्टली किसके बराबर होगी? Yes, e power x f of x plus c, that is e power x sin x. So e power x sin x plus c. In a single step, you have obtained the antiderivative of e power x into sin x plus cos x dx, and that is pretty useful, very much useful for competitive level examinations. But if you are sitting in JK Bose examination or CBSE examinations, then you have to definitely apply the integration by parts. And if you are sitting in a competitive level examination, no need to waste your time by on the method of integration by parts. You can directly have the result e power x f of x plus f dash of x dx is directly equal to e power x f of x plus c. So the result you have obtained in just a single click, in just a single step, right? So we will come later on to this question number 16. First let us discuss the proof of an important result. अब यहाँ पे दो रिजल्ट्स बचते हैं, दो इंटीग्रल्स बचते हैं, एक ये वाला और दूसरा ये वाला. तो जिस फंक्शन में f of x है, जिस एंटी डेरिवेटिव में f of x है उसको कंसीडर कर देंगे, राइट? और जो e पावर x जिसमें f dash x है उसको सपोज हम ऐसे ही रख लेते हैं. तो ये वाली फंक्शन को जब देखेंगे, e पावर x जो है एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन है, f of x जो है सपोज ये अलजेब्रिक फंक्शन है, सपोज ये और कोई फंक्शन है, लेकिन e पावर x जो है एक्सपोनेंशियल है, सो एक्सपोनेंशियल हैज गॉट द लीस्ट प्रेफरेंस. सो डेफिनेटली वी विल ट्रीट f of x as first, e power x as second. So in the first integral, apply integration by parts. Apply rule of integration by parts in the first integral, treating f of x as first function. So in the first integral, apply rule of integration by parts. Applying integration by parts. Applying integration by parts, keeping f of x as first function. Keeping f of x as first function. Okay, this can be written as, तो ये वाला इंटीग्रल कंसीडर करना है. सो दैट इज इक्वल टू e पावर x जो है, हमने f of x को कंसीडर किया है फर्स्ट, सो f of x को ऐसे लिखेंगे, दैट इज f of x into integration of second, that is integration of e power x dx. Why integration of e power x? Because it is directly integrable. Minus times integration of differentiation of first, so d by dx of what is first, that is f of x. Integration of second, that is integration of e power x dx, whole dx plus c, the constant of integration. Right? We will write it later on, plus c. And this can be written as f of x is as it is into integration of e power x is directly e power x, right? Minus times integration of differentiation of f of x is f dash of x. हम इसे डिनोट करते हैं f dash x से, so f dash of x into integration of, sorry एक चीज तो रहेगी, so plus ये हमने ये वाला मेथड जो इंटीग्रेट बाय पार्ट्स है फर्स्ट इंटीग्रल पे यूज किया है, तो सेकंड रह गया, तो प्लस कर देंगे इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ e power x f dash of x dx, right? So this can be further written as minus times integration of f dash x, यहाँ पे d by dx of f of x, that is f dash x. Integration of e power x is obviously e power x dx, और क्या आएगा प्लस टाइम्स integration of e power x f dash of x into dx. Clear? This can be further written as f of x into e power x can be written as e power x into f of x. Minus times integration of f dash x into e power x can be written as e power x f dash of x into dx, और प्लस क्या है integration of e power x f dash of x dx plus c, the constant of integration, right? Now minus e power x f dash x dx और plus e power x f dash x dx will cancel out, तो remaining result क्या है e power x f of x plus c, and that is वो मैं यहां पे लिख रहा हूं, and that is equal to e power x, यहां से हम शिफ्ट हो चुके हैं यहां, so it is directly equal to e power x f of x plus c. So e power x f of x plus c, और यही है हमारा रिजल्ट e power x f of x plus c, e power x f of x plus c. Hence the proof of this important result, so QED, which means as I have mentioned many times, quad erat demonstrandum. Quad erat demonstrandum. QUAD, quad, ERAT, erat, DEMONSTRANDOM, demonstrandum. A Latin phrase. It is a Latin phrase which means hence the demonstration of that thing which was to be demonstrated. जो demonstrate करना था, proof करना था, हमने कर दिया, and that is in simple senses QED, quad erat demonstrandum. So the proof of very much important result, integration of e power x multiplied with f of x plus f dash of x, and that is directly equal to e power x f of x plus c, the constant of integration, right? So that was all about an important result. Now, this question number 16 is wholly and solely, sorry, if you are going to pen down it, jot down it, take a screenshot of this thing. ये तो क्लियर है आपका in the first integral applying integration by parts keeping f of x as the first function. तो बाकी ऐसे ही है, take the screenshot if you want to pen down it. Okay. Next, we are going to have some fun with question number 16 of the same exercise. And that question number 16 is all about, question number 16 is all about integration of e raised to the power x into sin x plus cos x dx. E power x is here e power x. Treat f of x sin x as f of x. So f of x. And obviously sin x का derivative क्या होता है? Cos x. So this is obviously f dash of x. So it is of the form e power x f of x plus f dash of x. E power x f of x plus f dash of x dx. That is directly equal to e power x f of x plus c. And that is directly equal to e power x. What is f of x? Sin x. So e power x sin x plus c. In simple words, this is directly the antiderivative of this function, and we have obtained this antiderivative in a just single step, in a just single click. So that is e power x into sin x plus c. So if you are staying in a competitive level examination, no need to integrate by parts. Its result is directly equal to e power x sin x plus c. तो इस टाइप के जितने भी सारे क्वेश्चंस होंगे वो आप डायरेक्टली एक ही स्टेप में सॉल्व कर पाओगे यूजिंग दिस वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रिजल्ट. राइट नाउ, अगर हम बोर्ड एग्जाम में बैठे हैं, सीबीएसई में बैठे हैं, या जेके जो बोर्ड होता है उसमें बैठे हैं, किसी भी स्टेट के बोर्ड के एग्जामिनेशन में बैठे हैं, तो इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन आता है तो आप इसे डायरेक्टली e पावर x sin x plus c नहीं लिखेंगे, बल्कि इसको सॉल्व करेंगे बाय द मेथड ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स. तो कोई अलग सा मेथड नहीं करना है. जो मेथड हमने यहां पे इस रिजल्ट को, इस थ्योरम को प्रूव करने के लिए किया, बिल्कुल वही प्रोसीजर यहां पे फॉलो करना है. So that is equal to, this can be written as integration of, यहाँ पे e power x को पहले इसके साथ मल्टीपल किया, इसके साथ मल्टीपल किया, यहाँ पे भी ऐसे ही करेंगे. That is e power x sin x plus e power x cos x whole dx. राइट, हो गया पहला स्टेप कंप्लीट. ये इस थ्योरम का रिवीजन भी होगा. एंड दैट इज इक्वल, फिर क्या करेंगे, बीच में एडिशन है, बीच में एडिशन है तो इंटीग्रल सेपरेट कर देंगे. दैट इज इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ e पावर x sin x dx plus integration of e power x cos x dx. राइट, तो प्रेफरेबली हम ये भी ले सकते हैं, ये भी ले सकते हैं, लेकिन प्रेफरेबली आप इस वाले को ट्रीट करो एज फर्स्ट. सो सेकंड को ऐसे ही रख दो, एक पे इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स कर दो, दूसरे को ऐसे ही रख दो. राइट, सो यहाँ पे e पावर x एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन है, sin x ट्राइगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन है, पहले t है, e है, तो पहले t है, इसका मतलब इसकी प्रेफरेंस होगी फर्स्ट और इसकी प्रेफरेंस होगी सेकंड. सो इन द फर्स्ट इंटीग्रल अप्लाइंग रूल ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स, treating sin x as the first function. In the first integral, रिजल्ट यही आएगा, e पावर x sin x plus c. देख लेना, in the first integral applying integration by parts, applying integration by parts, keeping sin x as first function, keeping sin x as first function. Apply the rule. And that is equal to sin x ऐसे ही रहेगा, so sin x integration of second, that is e power x dx, minus integration of differentiation of first, so d by dx of sin x, integration of second, so integration of e power x dx. ये वाला dx इस इंटीग्रल का एलिमेंट ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन है, और होल dx जो है ये इस इंटीग्रल का एलिमेंट ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन है, वेरिएबल ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन है. सो दैट कैन बी रिटन एज, यस, sin x is sin x integration of e power x is obviously e power x. Minus times integration of differentiation of sin x is obviously cos x. ये हम भूल जाते हैं. प्लस आप मत भूलना एग्जाम में, यहाँ पे थ्योरम में भी भूल गए थे ये वाला पार्ट और यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन में भी भूल रहे, सो आप मत भूलना एग्जाम में. प्लस इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ e पावर x cos x dx. वाई? क्योंकि इंटीग्रेशन इस वाले पार्ट पे अप्लाई किए, इसको ऐसे ही रखा है, सो इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ e पावर x cos x dx, and that is sin x integration of e power x dx minus times integration of d by dx of sin x is obviously cos x. Integration of e power x is obviously e power x dx, and plus times integration of e power x cos x dx, e power x cos x dx plus c, the constant of integration, and that is directly equal to sin x into cos x can be written, sin x into e power x can be written as e power x sin x. Now minus e power x cos x dx plus e power x cos x dx, it will cancel out, तो बचेगा plus c, the constant of integration. Not a very big question. We have solved it in just 2-3 steps. So its value is e power x sin x plus c, e power x sin x plus c. So the integration of an important concept of an important integrand, and that is e power x sin x plus cos x dx is e power x sin x plus c. All about question number 16 of this exercise. Now from 17, they are again very much important questions, but we should have some fun with those questions, but in the next episode.